In the
In the
vibrant
vibrant
city
city
of
of
Lagos,
Lagos,
a
a
dark
dark
force
force began
began
to
to
stir.
stir. Karashika, the demon queen, had been sent by Satan himself to tempt humans and lead them into damnation. Her beauty was unmatched and she was irresistible, and her power to exploit human weakness was unparalleled. She thrived on greed and desires, weaving a web of deceit that captured even the most virtuous souls. Karashika's arrival was marked by a series of inexplicable events. Successful businessmen suddenly abandoned their family, driven by a deep hunger for wealth and power. Faithful spouses were lured into infidelity, their desires manipulated by Karashika's seductive charm. The city was in turmoil. The once vibrant community was now shrouded in darkness. Among the chaos, one man stood firm, Pastor Gideon, a strong-willed and devout servant of God, known for his unwavering faith and dedication to his congregation. Pastor Gideon has heard the rumors of Karashika's influence. He knew that the battle between good and evil was not just a metaphor, but a reality that needed to be confronted. One evening, as Pastor Gideon prepared for his nightly prayers, he felt a chilling presence in his home. The air grew cold and the light flickered. He knew that Karashika had come for him. Undeterred, he knelt and began to pray, his voice steady and resolute. "Your faith is strong, Pastor," a slowly voice echoed through the room. "But even the strongest can fall." Pastor Gideon opened his eyes to see Karashika standing before him, her beauty mesmerizing and her eyes glowing red. She wore a flowing gown that seemed to absorb the light around her, and her presence was both enchanting and terrifying. "Leave this place, demon," Pastor Gideon commanded, his voice unwavering. "You have no power here." Karashika laughed, a sound that sent shivers down his spine. "You underestimate me, Pastor. I have brought kings to their knees, and you will be no different." With a wave of her hand, Karashika conjured visions of wealth, power, and so many good things, each more tempting than the last. She whispered promises of greatness and fulfillment, her voice like honey dripping into his ears. But Pastor Gideon remained steadfast, his faith a shade against her temptations. "Your trick will not work on me," he declared. "My soul belongs to God, and I will not be swayed." Karashika's expression darkened, her eyes narrowed with anger. "Then you shall face my wrath," she hissed. The room erupted into chaos as Karashika unleashed her full powers. Shadows twisted, forming shapes that flied towards Pastor Gideon. He stood his ground, reciting prayers and invoking the name of God. The battle was so hard, the air thick with the clash of light and darkness. As the night wore on, Pastor Gideon's strength began to wane. Karashika's attack grew more relentless. Her fury became hotter. But just as he felt his resolve slipping, a blinding light filled the room. The shadows recoiled, and Karashika screamed in agony. "Your time is up, demon," a voice boomed. It was the voice of the Almighty, a beacon of hope and salvation. Karashika's form began to dissolve, her power waning in the presence of divine light. She let out one final ear-piercing scream before vanishing into the void. The room fell silent and the oppressive darkness lifted. Pastor Gideon collapsed to his knees, tears streaming down his face. He had faced the embodiment of evil and emerging victorious, his faith unbroken. The city of Lagos began to heal, the effect of Karashika's power fading into memory. But the lesson is always there that light will forever overcome darkness, no matter what.